With Chiron and Gemini, we subconsciously feel that it's not safe to share what we think or know or don't know, because somewhere in our past, we've likely been made to feel that the way that our mind works is actually shameful or embarrassing, so it's not safe to express our Gemini qualities. We learned that asking questions could make us look stupid, that sharing our thoughts will waste other people's time, or that we have to keep talking to keep other people interested. So we stopped trusting that our mind actually functions the way that it should and left us feeling very insecure about our Gemini energy. So in order to cover up that insecurity to ourselves, we unconsciously learned to perform another version of ourselves to the world. There are two versions that we could have learned to perform. The first is one of overcorrection, where we overcompensate to prove that we are actually Gemini enough. We might constantly debate with other people to try to prove our intellect. We might stay on top of our research to make sure that we know enough. We might try to be the world's biggest comedian to show just how clever our brains actually are. We overcorrect to make sure that no one can doubt our mental abilities. Now, the second performance is one of avoidance, where we go out of our way to show that being Gemini is actually overrated. We might just stick to what we know, so we don't have to face the feeling of not knowing something. We might rely on other people's opinions rather than forming our own. We might just keep our thoughts to ourselves. We do this to hide our mind from other people so that it can't be judged or shamed. When we overcorrect, we're constantly spending energy on proving that our mind works well. And there's no room to slow down because slowing down only exposes what we don't know. Now, when we're in avoidance mode, we're constantly spending energy on being small-minded on purpose and restricting our minds. Eventually, the costs add up and we start to feel exhausted and disconnected in a way that rest just doesn't heal. These performances feel like a very core part of our personality because we've been doing them for so long. But life is gonna throw us in situations that have the same themes again and again and again until we really look at what's happening underneath and make a change. We might keep finding ourselves in situations where our intellect is tested, or attract in people who seem to misunderstand us a lot, or just notice how embarrassed we feel when we have nothing clever to say. The goal is to shift our perspective around our own Gemini sense of identity. For example, we might be scared of being seen as uninformed. So we need to figure out how to see not knowing something as actually being empowering rather than a flaw. And once we learn to do this, we immediately start to integrate our Gemini energy in a much healthier way. And that is Chiron and Gemini. You can book a reading with me and we can work through any Chiron and Gemini themes in your life together to help you make that shift. Or you can go and visit my Substack to read more about Chiron.